My name is Steve, and I'll be your instructor for the course. I'm an expert in data, AI, and sports, and have 20 plus years of experience. My goal in this course is to pack that 20 years into a few hours of course time. Note that for our online courses, while I create the content and hands-on demos, I work with a professional voiceover team when we produce and publish to the web. You may also see different learning avatars along the way. They'll provide different tips and tricks, best practices, and additional resources for you to use. Jake is our sports scientist, Amy is our data analyst, and Megan is our data scientist.
This book is totally an optional read for you, but it's a great book that goes into a lot of detail on how to think about data visualization and how to cleanly represent data through aesthetic visualizations. It doesn't have a lot of information on different modalities such as socials, infographics, or video. However, some of the best practices can be applied.
There are 3 learning objectives for this module. Define data storytelling and understand how it differentiates from other forms of storytelling. Understand the role and value of data storytelling in the current media landscape. Identify the different forms and modalities of data storytelling. This module will break out into sections: a new media environment, different types of content creation, modality, uniqueness, and intentionality, getting started with data storytelling. This section includes what data storytelling is and how data storytelling has evolved with digital and social media. A data story is a narrative that combines data analysis with storytelling elements to communicate insights, patterns, or findings in a way that's both engaging and understandable. Data stories go beyond simply presenting data. They weave together visuals, context, and narrative elements to make complex information relatable and actionable for the audience. The act of creating and publishing a data story is called data storytelling. Data storytelling isn't a new concept, but the way we tell stories with data has been transformed by digital and social media. This shift has opened up exciting new opportunities for creators, giving us a platform to shape conversations and create meaningful content for audiences everywhere. Datapunk's approach to data storytelling is unique in that we tightly integrate data with AI and design, meaning you have data at your fingertips, predictive analytics and models created by AI, and a different set of design templates that you can use to quickly create amazing data stories. In traditional media, data was mostly used by large publications, research organizations, and marketing agencies. But with digital and social media, everyone has access to tools and data, meaning we can all tell powerful stories. Today, it's no longer just major brands or news organizations leading conversations. Individuals and small creators are influencing public opinion and trends. We have the chance to use data in fresh ways to inform, entertain, and engage. Along with a shifting media, our consumption habits have also changed over the past decade. Today, audiences have shorter attention spans and a strong preference for quick, digestible content. This has led to the rise of micro-content, short, easily consumable pieces of information that can be grasped in seconds. Swiping up is all too common, as content consumers quickly scan and look for interesting content that catches their eye. Data storytelling enhances content by making it more informative, credible, and engaging. While we mainly focus on sports data storytelling in this lecture, there's all types of data storytelling that you can do. For example, there's an entire field of journalism dedicated to investigative journalism called data journalism. 3 other examples of data stories are as follows. You want to highlight the journey of an athlete from rookie to superstar. A team evolves from underdog to winning the entire league. Highlighting a game from a fan's perspective, showcasing key moments in the game such as goals or plays. Choosing the right format for your content can make a big difference in how your audience receives and engages with your message. Today, we have many options when it comes to sharing our stories. From videos, to infographics, to articles, each format has its own strengths and skills required to create it. Further, you may find yourself taking more or less time to create a specific data story given the nature of what the story requires. For example, data analysis, design elements, video production, and so on. Our goal is to understand which types of content work best for different stories and audiences, so we can select the best format to communicate our data-driven narratives. Here are 4 different types of content formats. 1. Socials. These are static images that are engaging, fun, and integrate data with design. You can share these easily over platforms like Instagram. 2. Videos. These are engaging, dynamic, and easy to share. Videos are particularly effective for grabbing attention quickly and conveying complex information through visuals and audio. 3. Infographics. Infographics combine text and visuals to present data clearly and concisely. They're great for summarizing information and making data easily digestible. 4. Long-form articles. Articles provide space for in-depth storytelling. They're ideal for complex topics that require detailed explanations and context. Each of these formats has unique advantages, and by understanding their strengths, we can choose the right format for each story we want to tell. Let's break down the strengths and challenges of each format. Socials. The pro of static images is that there are good platforms out there that support the speedy creation and publishing of these type of images. However, not everyone creating them has a high level of design skill. Also, they're relatively easy to create, so your content may get lost in a sea of other easy-to-create content. Videos. The biggest strength of videos is their ability to capture and hold attention. With visuals, voiceovers, music, and text, videos can convey a lot of information in a short amount of time. However, they can be time-consuming to produce, especially if you're editing, adding graphics, and recording sound. Infographics. Infographics are great for simplifying complex data and making it visually appealing. They're perfect for audiences who want to quickly understand a story. However, infographics have limited space, so they work best for high-level overviews rather than in-depth explanations. Long-form articles. Articles allow you to dive deep into a topic, provide detailed analysis, and offer more context. They're ideal for readers who want to fully understand an issue. However, they can be less engaging for audiences who prefer visual or quick-hit content. Each format has its own strengths and limitations, so choosing the right one depends on your story, your audience, and your goals.
Let's walk through a couple examples of demo data stories, and as we do that, we'll also reflect on how data storytelling for sports is different. Done right, data storytelling informs, persuades, and inspires action. It's used across industries, from journalism to marketing to sports analytics, helping businesses and creators make data more accessible and compelling. Sports data storytelling differs from traditional data storytelling because it deals with real-time, highly engaging, and emotionally charged content. Fans, analysts, and teams all consume sports data differently, requiring stories that not only inform but also entertain and provoke discussion. Several distinctions differentiate data storytelling for sports. First, sports content often require live data updates during games, which means data stories must be dynamic and adaptive. Second, sports fans are passionate. Storytelling must tap into rivalries, records, and historical comparisons to resonate. Third, unlike business or finance, where trends might evolve over months or years, sports data storytelling needs to break down performances on a game-by-game or season-by-season basis. Fourth, sports storytelling focuses heavily on specific stats like expected goals, possession percentages, shot maps, and player efficiency ratings, all of which require contextual explanations. And lastly, sports data should be easily digestible, favoring interactive dashboards, highlight-infused graphics, and visual comparisons between players, teams, and historical performances.
So, how do we decide which format to use? Here are a few questions to consider. 1. What's the story's goal? Are you trying to inform, persuade, or entertain? 2. Who's your audience? What formats do they typically engage with? 3. How complex is the data? Simple data might be perfect for an infographic, while a deep analysis might require a longer article. 4. What platform will you use? Each platform favors certain formats. For example, TikTok favors short videos, while LinkedIn is great for articles and infographics. By answering these questions, you can determine the best format for presenting your data story in a way that resonates with your audience and achieves your goals. Now that we've explored different content formats, let's talk about modality, uniqueness, and intentionality in storytelling. These concepts help us approach our data stories in ways that stand out and resonate with our audience. Our goal here is to understand the form our content takes, how to make our stories unique, and the importance of being intentional with every piece we create. Let's start with a quick overview. 1. Modality refers to the form our content takes, whether it's socials, video, text, interactive graphics, or even podcasts. Each modality can impact how our audience interprets and engages with our data. 2. Uniqueness is about finding a storytelling approach that makes our content stand out from others. This could be through a unique narrative style, visuals, or an interactive experience. 3. Intentionality means having a clear purpose for each piece of content. Rather than posting just for the sake of it, we create with intention, ensuring each story aligns with our goals and offers something valuable to the audience. Together, these concepts create a strong foundation for meaningful and memorable data storytelling. Let's start with modality. The form of our content significantly affects how our audience perceives and interacts with our story. For example, socials can be quick to view and have a great impact, especially if the design, visuals, and data are compelling. Videos can be dynamic and engaging, but they require more immediate attention from the audience. Infographics are perfect for summarizing key data points and can be consumed quickly. Interactive content, like quizzes or charts, allow users to engage actively with the data, making the story more memorable. Here are some ways to bring uniqueness to your stories. Narrative. Start with a strong narrative. Think of how to frame your data as a journey or conflict that draws people in. Visuals. Use distinctive visuals, such as bold colors, custom graphics, or even animations to make your data come to life. Interactivity. When possible, add an interactive element. This could be a clickable map, a poll, or even a quiz that lets users engage with the data themselves. By blending these elements, you create a unique experience that holds your audience's attention and makes the story memorable. Intentionality is about being purposeful with every piece of content. When we create with intention, we make sure that our data story serves a clear purpose. This might mean educating, entertaining, or driving awareness. Here's why this matters. Clarifies your message. When you have a purpose, your story is focused and impactful. Builds trust. Intentional content resonates because it's relevant and adds value. Guides content strategy. Having a purpose helps you make consistent choices that align with your brand and audience expectations. Before creating any data story, ask yourself, what is my goal with this piece? This will keep you aligned with your objectives and help ensure the content is valuable to your audience. Now that we've explored the foundations of data storytelling, it's time to start building your own data story. This is an important step, especially if you're new to working with data. In this workshop, we'll walk through actionable steps for getting started, including picking a topic, gathering data, structuring a narrative, and thinking through design. Creating a data story might feel daunting, but it becomes manageable if you break it down into steps. Here's our approach today. 1. Choose a meaningful topic. This should be something you're interested in and that will resonate with your audience. 2. Find relevant data. Look for data that supports your story idea and speaks directly to the audience you want to engage. 3. Structure your story. Use a simple storytelling framework to make the data relatable and engaging. 4. Decide on a design. Your design will bring your story to life, so be sure to think about who your audience is, what would make your story pop, and then land a great design in your story. Following these steps will help you develop a strong first data story and build confidence for more complex stories in the future.